Okay, this is a quick overview of the snow zone. I know I've given you one before, but what I'd like to do is show you specifically the sky zone here. Okay, so what we have going on in the sky zone is maze of bridges, and then the sky platform. We'll have one here, and it'll connect over to here. There's the other one inside here is a four-way intersection. There's one, two, three, four going there, and you can see over here. I'll hold the camera still. Alright, so this is also going to be sky zone. You can see over here there's going to be cliff edges here, cliff edge here, cliff edge here, cliff edge here, and they're going to be able to get to them from up here, of course. So that's where the sky zone will pretty much end. Then there'll be ramps coming up from there on the ground to go up to them, like up from ground to sky zone, ground to sky zone. So they're not implemented yet. That's why I just wanted to talk about them, and so you know what this empty space is here. And but underneath that is the ice traps. This is our where we're gonna have the breaking ice. Where the player falls into and they take damage. This water is going to be freezing, so it's going to be damage to them when if they get in the water or whatever. So damage amounts up to you or whatever. That's that and that. Oh yeah. So over here, you've seen this area before in another video, so I'm not really going to go over. But that's the way to the forest. It starts turning into forest. It goes from snow-covered trees to regular trees, and you'll get into a pine forest and a redwood forest. Blah blah blah. So yeah, us is also sky zone stuff over here, where the player will be able to get up here, so you can see up there, sky zone. All right, so this is what you haven't seen. First, I'll do the overview. This is the transition to the desert zone. So keep note that I don't have CTS on the desert zone terrain and the dead zone terrain yet, so that's why they're not going to look like they match up. But anyway, so here is yeah, this is the transition down into it. This is the what I want to call these the mining pits, really, because what I'm going to do is on the ground level here, I'd like to have some mining type things going on, to where it looks like, maybe that whatever inhabitants here were doing minings, and also be cave entrances, or not cave entrances, building entrances through the cave holes. Not these red glowy dot things. They're where I have ideas of where we can put the building entrances, and they're going to go in there. And also inside the buildings are going to be portals. That's going to be able to send them back up to the surface real quick. Since there's no fall damage, they can just jump down, and it's not a big deal. But there's also going to be elevators or lifts, whatever you want to call them. Like here's one right here. So it'll just be going up and down. But obviously, since the player can just jump down, there's no reason. The only reason for it is to get the player back up. So then there'll be a couple over here as well. There's one right there. There's another one over there. They're not functional right now. I only have one that's functional. It's right here, and it's just going up and down through an animation. There's probably a better way to do it through a script, so we could change that later. But yeah, so that's this the mining area here. So there's actually another one over here too, another small one. Oh, you can see like a building entrance right there. So that's kind of what it'll have. It'll have a building face set up. So I have the building faces actually set up. They're just not in here right now. And here you can see where it looks like it doesn't line up. It does. It's just I have not set up this terrain yet with CTS. So once I do, it'll match up. So yeah. So these are their little platforms. And I'll go in game and I'll run through them so you can see. I'm just trying to give you an overview here. So this also this area as well. So you can see those spiky things. I'm planning on putting more in there. Same thing. They'll be over here. Throughout here, and more of them anyway. And so then the player will come into the giant dune sea. So there's going to be more. The spiky things are going to like be on the ends here, so they're going to be all throughout. But in the middle of the dune sea, they will not be. I'm actually planning on leaving the dune sea empty. I mean, just like this, empty. Reasons because I'd like to have sand traps to where basically picture an intersection underground with four of the exits and entry holes going to the top. So we'll have some sort of FX on the surface, and the player will go over there, and they'll fall to the bottom, and they'll be able to go through the little small cave, just like an X. There'll be four ways in, four ways out, and also when they get to the exit, it's just going to be something that shoots. They'll just step on it and it'll shoot them out. We'll just teleport them through the terrain or whatever that way. So it just, and also if you wanted to do creatures, you could also make some sort of sandworm or some monster creature to couple them up. So this monstrosity here, the big blocks, I will show it to you in game. Those are placeholders. I actually have this is a sci-fi building. It's actually, man, maybe like 65-70% done out, maybe. That's not including lighting and propping and all that kind of stuff. Anyway, so then from here, from the sand dune, there's going to be there's a couple of cave entryways where the player will be able to cut through, get through, and this area is the transition to the dead zone. They're gonna have giant bones in this area here. Well, you can see them. They're just there right now. They're not in there, but where they're going to go. But yeah, they're going to be up here, and it's going to transition into this the dark dead zone, which you can see is not even started yet. It's just planned out. So yeah, well, I do have the skybox stuff for set up. So that's the overview here, and I'll go in game and take you some pictures.